Oh, wow.
Wow, our frame is shit.
Oh, wow.
I have it. Turn
Quiet.
your sound off.
Quiet, you.
Amateur hour.
My dick was talking to me. That is an 8% sour. That is a mighty, mighty sour. But that's really good. It's not even a sour, it's a Belgian ale.
I don't like it as much as my pastries.
Well, they're not gonna hit every time.
I like the pastries.
I looked disgusted, but that beer is really, really good.
Okay.
What do you
I gamed, so my feet
so
was
you
in the
were
floor. Yes, that is how I gamed.
flopped about? All right.
So I had put my seat all the way down so that I could put my feet all the way up.
I'll get you, dude. You know what? I'm just gonna get you a new gaming setup where we get like a extendo arm to let you sit on the floor.
I
like,
want
lay
one
on
of
the
those
floor.
like pod chairs that like you can lay
Oh, that
back
you
in
can
the
roll it back?
screen.
Oh, I'm just talking about like you can lay on the floor and extendo the screen over.
My chair is not even in the correct place either. It was all flopped back still.
You all over the map right
Yeah,
now.
it's been a day. I went to a weird event and did Austin shit. Takes a lot out of you.
I'm still recovering
From what?
watching this movie yesterday.
I had such a great time watching you watch this movie.
I know you did. You had a great time watching me watch this movie.
I also had a great time watching the movie because I, unironically, like the movie.
I still think that's problematic. It is simply problematic. Much you unironically.
I like the source material. I like the fan fiction.
Oh my god.
It's fine.
It's one thing to be a fan of Twilight, to double down and be a fan of not only the fan fiction of Twilight, but the movies made about the fan fiction of Twilight.
Jamie Dornan pretty, Dakota Johnson pretty people have sex. I think it's fine.
Some of those things happen and are true. Yeah. Imagine if they had like a script for the in between parts, or like a.
There's plot.
Okay, we're not recording yet, so I can't. You're begging me to launch directly into the sun, okay? And I need you to just wait until we go all the way live. Wow, that was mega delayed. I don't know what the fuck's up with that.
Yeah, our latency is bad.
It's a shame we can't fucking see it.
There's a way to see it because I see it sometimes.
Yeah, it's on this page. If you're new here, we're waiting.
Yeah.
We do 5 minutes of fucking around, and then we start the show. Now you gotta go back to analytics. Right now you gotta go to stream health.
Stream is healthy.
It's just mega delayed on the recap there, I guess.
Yeah, because they're responding in real time, so yeah. I would just ignore what we're seeing.
Now, if you've never been here, we're going to not really address chat too much while we're recording, because the point of the live is to have a podcast come out of it. And if you listen to the podcast, like a shocking amount of people do, like an unholy, for me, amount of people listen to this show. They don't want to hear us talk to you so much. We love you, but we're gonna kind of ignore what you say in chat.
Every once in a while, we might pop up like actually in chat. I've done that a few times. But...
Yeah.
All right. Ready?
As I will ever be.
3, 2. Hello, this is CityWavesCinema. I'm America. That's James. We watched 50 Shades Darker because this is our 200th episode, and that's what everybody voted for you to watch, James.
Do you remember the 199th episode when we got to do the good intro where we wait for 4 seconds and then start talking? That was so good.
I gave you 2.
And then we had a lot of apparently very hot takes about movies. Anyways, you and your bastard friends voted
Yes.
on a
Well,
poll
I didn't vote.
involving, you created the poll, involving episodes of Glee, 50 Shades of Grey 2, i.e., 50 Shades Darker. And what the fuck was the last one?
Oh, the Sex and the City movie.
Oh, Sex in the City. Pervert. And what collectively was decided is that James has to be punished for having this show and taking the advice of a friend of the channel and making this show by making him watch a movie version of a fan fiction of a Twilight film.
Book.
Whatever.
Both, technically, but yeah, book.
I could not have predicted this.
Really?
I would not have gambled that when I was 30 years old, I would be doing this right now. I would not have thought it would have come to this. I thought we would do like, oh, it's the Oscar season. We're going to watch all the Oscar movies and judge the shit out of them because, you know, I have a degree about it. And then no, oopsie, accidentally, we're going to watch as much hog shit film as we possibly can.
I would rather do a lot of things than watch every single Oscar movie.
I can't deny you that. There's some truly heinous films that have been nominated for Oscars.
That's an interesting thing though to do, like go back and do like some of the best pictures of over the years. I still want to make you watch Wolf of Wall Street.
There's another movie with gratuitous sex in it that I have not seen.
Hey, coming for episode
Son of a bitch.
499.
Oh my god.
Well, we got a 399 is probably going to be 50 Shades Freed. Like we might as well finish it. So we don't decide anything.
That's true. God damn it. Okay.
Now that you've complained for 10 minutes.
I have not even complained for 10 minutes. I've complained for about a minute and a half. Let's get into the weeds here, okay? Let me take you back to a movie that is shockingly worse than this movie, 50 Shades of Grey, where we will learn a small handful of facts about characters who will be on screen for a long time. You have 27-year-old billionaire trauma child, Christian Grey. You have indiscriminate age Anastasia Steele, who has porn star name syndrome. And you have tertiary characters who do not matter. That will not be the case in this movie, because in this movie, tertiary characters will say and do things that will make them no longer tertiary characters. In the first movie, it's about an hour and a half, and we spend an hour dancing around the idea that Christian Grey wants to do bondage sex, okay? And then eventually, Anastasia, who can't make up her mind one whole time ever, relents, does the bondage sex, then does a stupid thing and says, "Show me the worst of it." And he does. And he doesn't. And she goes, "Never again," and disappears. And that's the end of the movie. Yeah?
This might be a little late to ask, but are we allowed to say sex on YouTube?
I don't know or care.
Cool.
Now, we pick back up approximately like some hours later. Okay, we have on our second monitor here a event timeline of the books of 50 Shades of Grey. The first movie ends at like what is that? June 4th?
Yes.
Okay. June 4th, the first movie ends. June 6th, the second movie begins. 48 hours later, after an extremely dramatic exit where she says, "You'll never do that to me again," disappears. They say each other's names through the elevator doors because that's romantic.
Full circle, because that's how the ending of their first meeting and the ending of their last meeting. It was a nice bookend.
Okay.
No art, literature, nothing. Cool. Carry on.
I love you, but you have a tremendous amount of sack to call this literature.
It's a book. It has symbolism.
It is erotica at best.
I could do a literary analysis on it if I really wanted to.
I could do a literary analysis on essays that Stephen Hawking wrote. It wouldn't make it the same or good. Now, I wrote over a 2 fucking hour long movie 87 notes.
Which is more than he's written for a lot of the movies recently.
It is a large amount of notes, given the recency of the banger movies we've been watching as of late. And I'm going to start this review by giving this movie a less flowers than Christian Grey gives Anastasia Steele in the first scene, but still some flowers. In between the first movie and the second movie in this trilogy, they made a boatload of money off horny motherfuckers. And thusly, also due to friction between the director and the writer, they found a good director. And then they found a good cinematographer. And then instead of having an editing team of 3 people, they got a good editor. So we've trimmed down our team to be a functional group of human beings. And as such, this movie is adequate in terms of cinematography and in terms of some amount of direction. It could be better in a lot of ways, but it is a marked improvement on the first movie. Now that the positives are out of the way, because there's not going to be a lot more, okay? We're going to come back. Now, intro scene. I don't know what horrid amalgamation of settings they applied during color correction and editing to fuck up this intro sequence where we watch Christian Grey as a child be abused by his whore mother's pimp. That's a real thing that happens. But it's visually vomit on screen, and I hated it. And it was hard to see exactly what was happening, but also it's child abuse. So, like, do you want to see what's happening? Not really. Anyways, the abuse is such, it's implied that he will put cigarettes out upon this child, which is fucked up. Now, back to Seattle, or whatever Canadian city they equated to be Seattle for this movie.
Probably Vancouver.
Probably.
It's always Vancouver.
Which is like spitting distance from Seattle anyway. It has been 48 hours since we left Anastasia Steele, and she's back. Day 1, working as the executive assistant to Jack Hyde, bad guy, who is an editor at a publishing company called Seattle Independent Publishing. It will be stated later in the movie to really punch in that Jack Hyde's a bad fucking guy, that his last 3 assistants quit within 18 months for no reason and with no notice. Bum, bum, bum. Great. So, Anna comes home. after work. She's got a big fucking vase of white roses and a card from Christian says, "Hope you like your new job." Boo. Whatever. She doesn't want it because she doesn't love him, really, but she does, but she doesn't. She can't make up her mind. She will then go to her creepy stalker friend's art exhibit. Now, this is her friend, cliche Hispanic man Jose Rodriguez, who is a stand-in for
You know his name.
he's a stand-in. No, fuck the fucking allegory to the original source material. He's a stand-in for all those guys in high school who would approach you and be like, "Where's my hug?" Fuck you forever, by the way. Creeps. Jose neglected to tell Anastasia that this art exhibit is almost exclusively based around photos that he's taken of her. Now, you might imagine that this would be deeply awkward and unsettling, and to an extent, really off putting. But Anastasia will simply be like, "Oh, wow. Oh."
No, she's uncomfortable. She says it's a lot of my face.
She is uncomfortable, but she will continue to just sort of hang out with Jose for the remainder of the movie like it's normal and fine. This is a classic example in this movie and franchise of Anastasia Steele being a robot and not being capable of human thought or emotions.
It's creepy that Jose took the pictures. It's creepier that Christian buys all the pictures.
I wasn't there yet.
Eh?
All she attracts are stalker motherfuckers and problematic dudes.
Yes.
While she is mildly complaining to Jose about this gallery mostly being her face, the fucking producer of the affair comes up and tells Jose that someone bought the whole collection. Now, I don't care if it is Christian or not. What the fuck? Woo. Awful. Awful.
Yeah, that's
so off-putting.
That some random stranger buys all the photos.
Yes, and they're all about you. Fucked up, dude, forever. That's crazy. Okay.
Where does Christian put them? They're not up in his apartment.
In his place in Aspen. Now, surprise, surprise, Christian Grey appears like a fucking vampire. And god damn. I bet you he sparkles under those cigarette burns.
Oh my gosh.
Now, Christian appears creepy as ever. And it is clearly implied that he has purchased all of these photographs. And they're not like creepy intimate photos. It's like a nice model photo shoot, okay? She's in like sweaters and shit. But like, okay, guy, you didn't need to buy all of them. You could have bought one. But he's the kind of guy who, having been exceptionally wealthy for like his whole time, is sort of like, I get what I want all the time, and what I want is normal and fine. That's not true.
Plus, he says that he doesn't want anyone else look like ogling her.
Brother? Okay. Dakota Johnson is very attractive. But this movie tried really hard to make it not true with the bangs and the makeup.
Well, she's supposed to be plain.
Right. Buddy, no one is. Jack is, and Jose is, and that's all of the people who are doing it. That's all the people who are ogling her. Okay, 0 other people have ever approached her, or like even your brother is like, "Hey, there you are. All right, moving on." Like, no, dude, there are hotter people in this movie. Okay, a lot of the tertiary characters have been or currently are hotter than she is, intentionally.
Yes.
Buddy, you're out of your goddamn mind. No one else is doing that. It's just you, dude. You're looking for danger. It's in the mirror. Buddy, pal, guy. Anyways, she doesn't like this. And so he goes, no, no, it's fine. Let's go to dinner and talk about it. And she's like, and then they leave to go to dinner. And so on the way, he takes her to Rapist Alley, uh, where he will kiss her in the alleyway and she will kiss him back, question mark, and then they'll go to dinner. It's just a weird little aside. So at dinner, he goes, I want you back. It's been 36 hours. And she goes, no. Asterisk. Now, context. If you haven't seen the first movie, God likes you more than me. And if you haven't, when Christian Grey acquires a woman, and I say that intentionally, when Christian Grey acquires a woman, first off, they all look like his mom. And second off, he requires them to sign a contract, the contents of which detail the transactional relationship that will ensue, all about how he's a dominant and the woman is required to be a submissive to him, bordering on sex slave, almost not quite. And he requires all of his submissives to sign the paperwork or get in a relationship with him.
And an NDA. For
And an
obvious
NDA,
reasons.
because you can't just go around telling people that the billionaire put shit in your ass.
There is also, it's not really talked about in the movies as much, but like an extensive list of rules that you have to follow. Like,
you can't drink very much. You can't eat too much. It's getting bad.
like how many nights you'll be at the apartment and like what you can and can't wear and like all sorts of things. What doctor you can see.
So yeah, so it's pretty fucked up. Okay, Anna does not sign this fucking contract in the first movie. She is, and for literally whatever reason, Christian is like unhealthily obsessed with her to the point where he's like, maybe we don't have to contract it out. Maybe, I guess. And thusly, we're here now. At dinner, he's like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. No rules, no punishments. And she goes, that, but and also no secrets. And he goes, don't know about that one there, Chief. And then he decides, you know what? We're gonna effort. And I will tell you this. The only one who will put effort into this relationship is Christian Grey. That's not to say it's good or that he should be, but Anastasia is like wet cardboard for the rest of the movie. She is so miserable to watch and experience.
Why?
Because she can't fucking make a choice. And every time she's like, I'm standing up for myself, he goes, no. And she goes, you're right, I'm wet. Fuck me. It's just every time she's so enamored with him for reasons I cannot understand, beyond the concept that she has never in her life experienced a red flag. But everyone around her is walking red flags. All of them.
Even her best friend, like even Kate is like a huge red flag.
Every person in the movie that is not Christian Grey's adopted parents is a walking red flag. Every one of them.
I'm really trying to think here.
There is not Roz maybe, but she worked for a billionaire. So like, question mark. Like, dude,
The housekeeper's fine.
uh, she's seen some shit.
She cleans the room.
She dusts the red room of doom, bro. She doesn't just, she deep scrubs all the stains.
I could not
Hey,
imagine.
you wanted this.
How much does she get paid? Like, what do you think
Oh, an astonishing amount.
Christian pays her?
Listen, if there's one thing Christian Grey is to an extent, it is self-aware that his indulgences are extraordinarily taboo. And thusly, everyone who has to touch it in any way, whether passively, i.e., the maids, or proactively, i.e., his acquired women, all have to be compensated in some way. But you can't just pay a bitch for sex because that's a little too close to what mama did.
No, she
So you have to do things like favors and have conversations and buy items, not just cash for the bitches. So like he almost knows how relationships work if he wasn't so fucked up. But like the maids, the Taylor,
oh, Taylor
makes so much fucking money.
Taylor's
a millionaire for sure. Taylor's a millionaire with a gun and special forces experience. Taylor's a bad motherfucker.
Taylor's also like the best person in the entire series.
You know who isn't a walking red flag? It's Taylor. Taylor will kill a motherfucker, okay? Taylor has his head on right.
We love Taylor.
I also really, really like Max Martini, the actor who portrays Taylor. I like that guy.
I don't feel like he got enough screen time for you then.
No. Can I have a movie just about Taylor?
I would
and
watch
what he has to put up with.
I would watch the hell out of that movie.
Don't even cast Jamie Dornan. Bring in a diet Jamie Dornan to play Christian Grey for the 2 scenes where we have him in there. Give me Max Martini as Taylor for the whole time. Just mostly driving Audis around and yelling at people. All right. Anyways, still at dinner. We're still at dinner. He unveils to her. Does he not?
No, because the first time he tells her is when she's asleep.
Yeah, but then he goes, but I did tell you, but you were asleep. And she's like, that's not how conversations work, Christian. And he goes, oh.
It could be that night. Yeah, it could be that night.
It might have been that night.
After they...
It might have been that night.
Yeah.
It might have been, I don't know. The moments of in between when they fuck and when they don't fuck are a lot.
They're a lot.
Can I bitch about something else real quick before we get back to the plot?
Yeah, this is the time for it.
This is something that irks me, that fans of the series are just obsessed with. The goddamn soundtrack.
Oh my god, I love the soundtrack. I love both of them. Both soundtracks, both movies, great. Have several songs on my Spotify.
Try it again without the Valley Girl accent.
Impossible.
Fuck. All right.
That's not even a Valley Girl accent. That's the basic bitch accent.
Yeah, you're right. They're similar. Now,
I love
this
soundtrack.
This soundtrack is like a jukebox musical, but if people didn't sing the songs. Okay? There's not a lot of score going on. And they brought in Danny Elfman.
Danny Elfman does scores.
Prodigious composer.
In the movie.
Where? In between all the Rita Ora songs? Because she got to be in the movie? In between all the songs that are almost vaguely about fucking? In between all the songs that have lyrics?
I'm gonna pull up freaking instrumental on Spotify.
I know for a fact he composed many themes for the movie. I just don't remember hearing them ever. Because every time we do something cinematic, we also jam in a fucking song with somebody singing not quite loud enough for you to hear all the words and understand it, but also not quiet enough that you hear them and it irks you because you're like, why is this here now?
This isn't going to help
It's not gonna
me.
fucking help, is it?
Mm-mm. Guess how many songs Danny Elfman did for the soundtrack, James?
4.
Nope.
Oh god, is it less?
2.
Did he do the opening theme and the credits?
The songs are called On His Knees
Oh my god.
and Making It Real, which probably are when Christian has his breakdown and when, spoiler alert, he
That's gonna happen.
proposes.
Listen, in this movie, they decided that Christian Grey needs to have character. And so they wrote him a backstory. And they wrote him trauma.
So 2 songs.
Okay.
So I guess you're correct. You don't remember them because they weren't there.
This movie more than the last one. Like the last one had songs that were in it and like the lyrics were there and it was like, that's kind of unnecessary. But like 2 songs in the first movie too.
Anna and Christian, and
Oh
Did That Hurt?
Fuck's sake.
So, yeah,
It's a common trope in this movie. And okay, here's the thing: the movie's not for me. All right, of all the fucking people, the movie is not for me. However, what do people do when they read books? A lot of the time, they'll put on background music. You shuffle a playlist. I do it all the time, but I mostly put on instrumental music when I read books. Yes, it bothers you, but you're one person. So I wonder if at E.L. James's absolutely out of her fucking mind request, they put together a portion of the budget specifically to license music to use in the film. And part of it, they were like, hey, Rita Ora, we'll give you a role if you write us 3 songs for this movie. And then she shows up and she acts harder than Dakota Johnson does.
Who does she play?
The sister.
Oh, she plays Mia?
Yeah, that's Rita Ora.
I wonder if she was a
Once
recast.
again, adding people who are hotter than Dakota Johnson in this movie.
I wonder if she was a recast.
I think she is.
Because that would make the joke about, like, oh, I almost didn't recognize you with the hair way funnier.
I think she was a recast. Now, anyways, how long have we been going? I can't fucking see because you're gone.
Only 30.
All right.
We haven't gotten very far.
Moving on to the next sequence that matters. It's like the next day or something. Anna goes out for drinks with her boss, Jack. Now, you might recall from a few moments ago or minutes ago that I told you Jack was the bad guy. Well, that's because for every moment he's on screen, he exudes the bad guy. Okay? So,
for the record, not a recast. Just
grand. Anna gets outside first. She's outside her work. She is approached by someone who looks like they have not slept in approximately 87 days, who has a similar build and haircut to Anastasia. And this young woman goes, Anastasia. And Anastasia goes, huh? And then Jack comes out and he goes, I'm buying, let's go. And they scoot on down to the nearby neighborhood bar. Now, Jack, not knowing that Anna's boyfriend is billionaire playboy philanthropist, Christian Grey, has insisted that she bring the boyfriend because he still thinks he can get it. Then
he looks
when a approximately similarly attractive man walks in and introduces himself brusquely as I'm the boyfriend, Jack goes, well, I guess I will begin my character transformation from mildly creepy boss to rapist. That'll come later. He won't. Hard to do that when your sack is swollen. Now, Christian uh literally rocks in and he's like, his attitude is just very like, fuck you, dude. And then he and Anna leave. And
Well,
Anna,
he
dude,
wants what's his, like, Jack's coming in on his territory. I'm not defending him. That's just what he says.
Anastasia is not his, first of all. By his own standards, she has not signed the fucking paperwork. And also, she has barely agreed to like have conversations with him again, let alone like talk to and date him again. Okay, like we're tiptoeing into the pond here, Christian. He wants what's mine. Fuck off, bro. What, your dollars? He doesn't want what's yours. He wants an available woman.
Well,
He might want his dollars.
well.
He's an editor at a publishing company.
Oh,
He has his own
no, you
dollars.
just don't know everything yet.
Is the third movie going to provide more context?
Yeah.
Okay, well, guess what? We're not fucking talking about the third movie or the third book. We're talking about what we know right now.
Okay.
Tell me this, as a bit of a spoiler. Does Christian know Jack Hyde from previous in life?
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Or at least the other way around.
So Christian, being the billionaire, may not recognize Jack Hyde from an incident previously in life. And this will lead to plot later.
Do you literally care?
No.
They came from the same orphanage and he could have been adopted, but Grace picked Christian instead, and so he's all about it. Or like foster home. I don't know if it was an orphanage, but
Would have been cool if there was more there. Like meat and potatoes with my fucking champagne. Thank you. Now,
is that real? Now I'm
oh,
questioning
now you got to
myself.
figure it out.
Yep.
Now, Christian seems to allude to the idea that Jack Hyde's a creep and a predator and all this, and Anna's like, "You don't know anything, uh, queen of not recognizing red flags. Please see yourself out." Then Christian does a stupid, and he says, "I think I'll just buy SIP." And she's like, "Well, could you fucking not just do that,
I was
please?"
right. I was right.
And he's like, I think maybe I will. Anyways, now this movie, okay. A lot of the conversation that happens in this movie between Anastasia and Christian is one of them saying something astronomically stupid and the other person calling them out for it. They will then follow that up by reversing roles. And the person who calls out the stupid will almost immediately, in some cases, say something equally as stupid. And the other person will call the other person out.
James spent a lot of the movie going, she has a point. He has a point. No, she's right. No, he's right. Like, as they argued with each other.
The movie pits the protagonists against each other for manufactured tension that is cheap at best because there's no character behind either of them. And the movie will go so far as to give Christian character, but you have to fucking slow burn it out through 2 hours and gratuitous sex scenes to get to him having character. Meanwhile, the whole time, Anastasia will continue to not have character and will continue to not stand by the things she says and will continue to be so vacuous that any woman watching could somewhat plausibly insert herself into the narrative as Anastasia and be happy with the result. In terms of book mediums, I think that's fine. You want your main character that your audience is supposed to relate to be, and the term is everyman, but in this case, an everywoman. You want as many people who are going to touch this book to feel like they are or could be Anastasia Steele pronto. So she can't have facts about her life exist because everybody who sees or watches or reads needs to be able to be like, it's me. No excuse for the first movie giving us nothing for Christian because there's not dudes sitting here going, yeah, I'd love to be that creep. Hopefully there aren't. But it is deeply irksome from a screenwriting and movie judging standpoint to have a protagonist who could not buy backbone with $24,000 directly injected into her bank account at the hands of an all-powerful billionaire with abs. Fuck, dude, she's such a shit character. And it's by design is what's worse.
You okay?
No.
You're gonna break my chair.
On a somewhat positive note, Anastasia will, on many occasions, experience Christian try to do some overreaching or controlling behavior and go, I don't think so. I'm a saucy little minx, fuck you. And Christian will go, I am a deity. Ring, ring, put the money in her checking account immediately. And she'll go, fine. You rip the check up in front of him. And then he's just going to overrule you and you're going to be fine with that? Joke's on you, audience goer. She's got a plan. And that is to seduce him slightly. Because if there's one thing she can't get enough of, it's a guy who won't let her touch his chest.
He has trauma.
Yeah, he does. What's her fucking excuse for all the dumb shit she does?
She's average.
That is not an excuse to not understand things.
Like what?
What a predator says. What a manipulative and controlling person sounds like. What having a backbone is like. What standing by your decisions is. What saying something and then abiding by it means. What friends are. The difference between friends and predators. How much alcohol you can actually consume.
Real talk.
You want me to go on?
No.
Like, okay.
I do need to stop.
Attend to the animal. Now, okay, I'm going to breeze through some plot here, all right? She and Christian spend the night together. She gets naked. Christian has pants on sex, which is, he doesn't even get him to his knees. They're still covering his ass. I don't know if you've ever rubbed your dick against denim. Unpleasant. Imagine you snag a zipper. Ooh! Anyways. Anna sees this chick. What's her name? Layla?
Yeah.
Anna will see this bitch Layla not only in her room later, but around town a few times. And she keeps asking Christian about it because he is all knowing. And Christian keeps going, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it, babe. And she's like, I don't think that cuts it, which is true. But then he does rich people shit. And she's like, that's not fair. You have to be normal. And he's like, what in God's name do you know about that? But also he doesn't know about that, so it's kind of bravado. This movie fucking sucks. But at least it looked pretty, and Dakota Johnson's very hot naked. All right.
Jamie Dornan's pretty.
Yeah, there's people out there there's a lot of women out there, and some dudes I'm sure who are like, he can get it. He doesn't hit my list, but
He was on mine for a little bit.
that hey, I understand. All right. Now, uh eventually, after some mild pestering, she will wear Christian down and explain that Layla was a former submissive of his, and the contract that she signed ended, and she wanted to continue it and continue having him like fucking run her whole life. And he was done with her. Brother. That is irresponsible BDSM. Okay? Okay. I don't care if you signed a fucking contract about it. That is irresponsible. So now she's like committing enormous acts of self-harm and trying to get his attention and doing all this creepy stalker shit because she just wants him to fuck her again and also control her whole life. Problems. Everybody in this movie is fucking problematic, okay? She is not only stalking him, but also now Anastasia. So we move on to Christian's family's annual charity ball. Now, I don't know what his parents do, but it is something akin to being owners of or high up in the hierarchy of a hospital.
Yeah.
Because we see Grace in a flashback later in a hospital in a doctor's jacket. Now, they host a charity ball, and this one is going to be a masquerade.
I'm proud of you for knowing that.
I wish I was dead. Not for that, but for other reasons.
I was like, that's a far better movie. At least give me that one.
What movie is it?
Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, it's a better movie.
With Gerard
also
Butler.
A lot of problematic characters in that movie, and seemingly, actually, a lot of the same vibes. Wait a minute. Hold on. Bitches who don't know shit about dudes who are problematic and dudes who are problematic and traumatized and like masks. Okay, hold on now. We're crossing streams here. You have a type, you little freak. You're a little freak. You little freaky girl. Little freak over here.
Yeah. I like the sad boys. I like the mysterious sad boys in the shadows.
The fuck am I? A little walking ray of sunshine?
You're a golden retriever who gives off sad boy vibes.
I just look sad.
Yeah, you got the looks. You got the sad boy look.
It's because I don't sleep good, so there's bags under my eyes.
That's not why.
I look like a Tim Burton character, but in real life.
That's not why.
That's why. That's why. We all know it.
Oh my god.
She loves me for my body. Mildly underweight and exhausted.
What is happening? Why?
That's why Christian Grey's off the list, because he has abs and fucking muscles. Now, this charity ball, we're gonna get there. So,
are we sure?
Yeah, I gotta talk about the Benoit balls.
Well, you also have to talk about who he takes her to before.
Yeah, so he's like, I'm gonna take you to get your hair done. And like an idiot, like the dumbest man alive, he's gonna take her to the hair salon, owned and operated by the bitch, capital B, who seduced and raped him as an underage minor. Because she was his dominant. Dun, 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 he's a switch.
You know, I just had like an out-of-body experience that was just like, what are we doing?
Everything that's happening right now is your fault.
I have a shirt.
Are you wearing your Kinky Bear earrings?
No, I wore those yesterday for the promo. But I have my 50 Shades of Grey necklace.
Your handcuff bracelet got lost after bath.
Yeah, I didn't.
We had to bathe a child.
I also couldn't just like have it clanging around.
Yeah, it'd be clinking and clanging. Now, Anastasia doesn't like this. Who could have guessed? She didn't want to go see the pedophile hairdresser? Gasp.
Apparently Christian takes
that
them all
bitch
there.
Probably knows Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, 100%.
They've rubbed shoulders.
Christian takes all of his women
his acquisitions
to her.
The question is why? For approval? Sickening. Is that why? Because they don't explain it in this movie.
It's not ever really explained, but basically to
vet them?
Yeah. Like you basically, it's either to get like her approval or to like, yeah. He's got some issues.
E.L. James has some issues. A laundry list of issues.
Who's more fucked up, Angel or Christian Grey? Angel Dust.
Angel Dust is a demon in hell.
He's just a sinner in hell, technically. He's not only the
a sex slave sinner in hell. Porn star.
Yes.
We haven't learned anything about Angel in real life.
True. Well, we know.
Therefore, I must say Christian Grey is the more fucked up of the two. All we know about is what happened to Angel Dust after he's dead. And what he did to survive hell.
And he died from a cocaine overdose, but...
Well, yeah, he likes drugs. You know what Christian Grey doesn't like? Drugs. And normal women.
Well, isn't Anastasia supposed to be like the definition of normal, though?
She can't be normal. She's not a real person. She doesn't have a personality. She can't be normal. She's like a void where a person could be.
Okay, we are 47 minutes in.
She's like a black hole so that audience members can be like, oh my God, that's like me.
We're not even halfway through the plot. We've gotta move.
All right. Hair salon. Yeah. Have an argument. Go back to the pad. At the pad, Anastasia will forget that indiscretion and will get gussied up in some lingerie that she knows he likes.
They sleep together first.
Oh yeah, that's right. They fuck. Now, you may not have seen the first movie, but in the first movie, we are promised a gratuitous amount of fucking. And in the first movie, we will do nothing of the sort. We will do a law movie briefly. And then there will be a sex scene, and then there will be punishment, and then the movie will be over. In this movie, they go, we're going to rectify that mistake. We're fucking 20 minutes in, 45 minutes in, 68 minutes in. I'm making these numbers up. 78 minutes in, and again at about an hour and a half. All the time. We're fucking all the time. They're going to fuck at the pad. They're going to fuck at the childhood home. Twice, I think.
Just once.
Just once? They're going to fuck at the childhood home once, okay? I did timestamp the first time. And it was 20 minutes in. That said, it will happen a lot of times. And for some reason, even though the audience it's for the girls, right? The movie's for the girls. We're going to see way more Dakota Johnson in this movie than we're going to see Christian Grey. Okay?
Penises are scary, James.
That's untrue. But also, like, we're not even going to see him, like, in states of undress as much as we're going to see her naked all the time. Or in lingerie all the time. You'd think the movie was for the male gaze with how much we see Anastasia Steele in various states of undress.
They already had the female audience. They have to get the other half of the viewership to come to the movie.
This movie is so you can drag your boyfriend and we can get more ticket sales.
Exactly.
We figured it out. We're geniuses. Now, we go to the charity ball. Remember how I said she had a plan? Oh, I fucking forgot the Benoit balls. Fuck. Right.
Talk about your
She does the lingerie. And then Christian's gonna spend this movie. I keep fucking stopping myself. Christian's gonna spend this movie constantly pushing at the unspoken limits that Anastasia wants to have on this relationship.
One time she does the pushing.
Yeah, and that's the time where you go, bitch, make up your mind. Fuck. Do you want to have limits or do you just want to get fucked all the time? You gotta choose. It's with him, it's an on off switch. It's not a gradient. You have to decide, and she will not. And at the end of the movie, it doesn't fucking work. So Christian will push. She's in lingerie in the closet, looking at outfits, and Christian rocks up with two sizable Benoit balls that have leather straps running through and out for the ring. And he drapes them over her shoulder, all sexy like. And he's like, put these inside you. And she goes, you can't put that in my butt. And he goes, they don't go in your butt. Because she's deeply afraid of anything coming vaguely close to her asshole. I don't know if you know things about anatomy, but they're so close to each other. Anyways, he goes, you got to put these inside you. And she goes, and he goes, do it. And she goes, fine, do it to me. No will whatsoever. Could not stand up for herself at all. And he goes, in your mouth first. Bloop, bloop.
Do not.
Out of the mouth. And then he goes, right up in you. And she goes, I'm going to do an approximation now.
Dear God, we're never going to get any money from this channel.
Yeah. It was never the plan. We're just leaning into it.
Mm-hmm.
So then they abandon part of the lingerie, but they don't talk about it. And she gets all gussied up in the nice dress. And they go to the charity ball. And the whole time, she's got the Benoit balls clinking around inside her, and she's like wobbly a little bit. And then we will forget about that for a time. So we see Christian's old bedroom, and she sees a picture of his mom.
Are you really not going to talk about her plan?
That comes after the first time they're in the room. They go to the room twice. The first time, they're just up there for a little bit, and then they go down and do the auction. And then after the auction, they go up and fuck.
Sure.
That's how it goes. Anyways, at the auction, we don't need to know about Christian Grey's character arc. Who fucking cares? This movie's about fucking. At the auction, Anastasia will really rub it in his face that she can do whatever she wants now by bidding on I think it was like a 5-day vacation stay at a property that the Greys own in Aspen. And first she goes, the guy running it says it's been donated by Christian Grey, and she goes, I didn't know you had a place in Aspen. And he goes, I have like so much money. I have so many places. Which is like, first of all, that's like one of the realest things he says the whole time. Because she constantly forgets that he has more money than God, and will be so annoyed anytime he tries to use his more money than God.
It's the second time that he's really real with her about that, because the other times when she's like, I can't just take $24,000, and he's like, please, Anna, I make that in 15 minutes. Like,
he's what would have been so funny in the script is if he had just looked at his watch and waited for like 30 seconds of real time and then been like, okay, I made that money back. Let me just I accrue more than I know what to do with. Have some. God. But yeah, she's like, I didn't know you had a place in Aspen. And he's like, I have like all the places. Okay. Like I have all of the money. So she's like, oh, that made me desperately need to fuck you. And so they go up to his childhood bedroom and they fuck in there. And then she'll go to the washroom where she is approached by Elena Lincoln. That's Mrs. Robinson, the pedophile. And she goes, "You're no good for him, don't you know?" And she goes, "You don't know anything about him, okay?" Crazy.
Yeah, that's an insane thing
That's
to
a
say.
crazy thing because she knows what she did.
Even if she didn't like,
Even if she didn't know, that's still a crazy thing to fucking say.
well, even if she didn't know like him in that aspect, she's still been like a family friend
Yeah,
for his whole life.
Anastasia's a crazy person. And so she's like, "Step off, ancient bitch," and leaves. And then she goes down the stairs and
Sorry, I've never watched your face do that on camera before.
standing on the curved staircase, staring menacingly at a family picture of the Greys, is Jack Hyde somehow in a mask. And he will take a picture with his 2011 cell phone of the picture of the Greys to be dramatic with later. And Anna just sort of blows by him, and then he looks slowly and dramatically down the stairs after her and takes his mask off just a little bit so you know who he is, and then puts it back on. Because show don't tell sometimes is wrong. It's not a hard and fast rule, people. Fuck. All right, I don't remember exactly what happens, but oh yeah, that's right. Then they get in the Audi train.
I'm
They
so
get
sorry about
in-
that noise.
No, you're not. They get in the Audi train and they leave because Anna's like, "We need to go immediately." Oh no, wait. Elena approaches her again at the ball. I keep fucking it up. Elena approaches her again at the ball and is like, "Leave him alone," like a hag. And she's like, "Oh, a witch." And then she goes and finds Christian, and Christian's like, "Hey, I think we should leave soon." And she's like, "We're leaving right now." And he's like, "Okay." And so they get in the Audi train and they go back to his pad. But upon their arrival there, Taylor has a line, and his line is, "Sir." And Christian goes, "We're going to do some rich guy shit." And he goes, "Stay in the car." And she goes, "I can do what I want," and gets out of the car like a moron.
Like, okay, I get like you're trying to assert your dominance in this relationship, Anna, but like also Taylor said there was like a problem.
Taylor, listen, when the watchdog alerts, you take that into consideration with what your next maneuvers are.
You stay in the fucking car, Anna.
If the guy you know who has a gun says, "We have a problem," and then leaves, and his boss says, "Stay in the car," and then leaves, the next most logical thing to do is what?
Stay in the car.
Correct. What will this vacuous void of a human being do?
Wait approximately 5 seconds before getting out of the car.
Correct. And what will she find?
Her car has been severely damaged.
It looks like it was attacked by a small bulldozer and also a paint can. And she goes, "What happened to my car? Oh my God, Christian." And he goes, "If you had fucking stayed in the car, this wouldn't be a problem." And so he goes, "Taylor, if you would be so kind, make sure the apartment is safe. We are going to leave for an indeterminate amount of time." And then he will bodily put her in a car and they will drive about the city for as long as it takes for Taylor to clear out the apartment. And she doesn't understand what's happening. And she goes, "Why are we leaving? Why is my car like this? What is going on? why can't we just go up into the apartment? Not comprehending a single sentence that has been uttered since she got in the Audi train to begin with. And he goes, she's like, I just don't understand why we can't go up into the apartment. Like, why does it have to be cleared? And he goes, yeah, whoever did it shouldn't have been able to get in the garage either. And it's like the two neurons she has in her brain fucking fire. And she goes, oh, danger. Oh, okay. Like, there's never been a more cave woman esque character. Like, maybe she does need him to club her over the head and drag her back to the fuck cave. Like, these are cave people in this movie. Her more than him, but just what a nightmare. What a nightmare.
Do you need a minute or do you want to keep going?
No, we're done with this episode. We gotta stop.
Oh, this is one whole episode, remember?
Oh my god, we're not gonna stop recording. Fuck, I forgot about it.
No, we just gotta keep
Oh
going.
no, okay. Alright.
But we are gonna take a break live.
Joke's on the podcast people. They won't know about this 5-minute break so I can get candy.
We will be right back. There is no vote tonight. You won't get to vote for like 2 more streams. Yeah. I'm sorry you're overstimulated, Bree. Children are a lot sometimes. What are you looking for?
My phone charger.
It's on the bar.
What?
Mm-hmm. Sebastian is cutting 4 teeth at the same time through his extra thick gums. And he has been an absolute terror for like a week. It's been rough. I'm also whispering because the door was open and I didn't feel like closing it.
It's because the child's cutting 4 teeth at the same time.
I said that.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I wasn't here.
We love him, but he has been absolutely like, he's been miserable, which makes him make our lives a little bit miserable right now. You okay down there? You want to know what's funny is if you'd asked me right now, you could have my charger because I'm at 90%.
I'll have to spank you for that.
Do not say that. Are you going to come up here and join us again?
Maybe.
Or what?
What the hell is this? How did I get to a VTuber?
I don't know what you watch on your own time that shows up in your recommended where
Apparently,
you
I
could
don't-
easily hit it.
Apparently, I don't either. Should be a bunch of guitar shit lately.
All right. You ready?
I haven't even fucking looked at these.
Do you have funny things you want to address before we jump back in?
Not really.
Okay.
Oh, mostly just constantly asking why she's so fucking awkward. Oh, I haven't even made a fucking point. God damn.
What?
She's. I'll make it when we're recording. But like,
Okay.
it's her insistence on everything being super vanilla and constantly insisting, especially in the back half of the movie, that everything they do sex wise is as non vanilla as possible.
I just wanted to show you
Oh
where
yeah,
we were.
okay, that's where. All right, great.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2.
Okay, so like, okay. Now that I know we have more time,
Oh yeah, you got all the time in the world.
I have to make this very important point about Anastasia that will come into play more later, but it's a big thing that she'll do, which lends itself to the idea that she sucks and is not like capable of being a real person. From the beginning of the movie, she insists that the relationship with Christian be as vanilla as possible when it comes to sex. And he, to his credit, is like, okay. And then every time she wants to have sex with him, she will proceed to insist upon the least vanilla shit that she can. Granted, her scope is small, but like,
She just doesn't want to be punished. She's into all the other shit. She just doesn't want to be punished. That's not like a real fact about Anastasia, not based on the character. That's just like what actions speak louder than words, and that's what her actions say.
I guess. So
She only gets scared when she gets in trouble, and then she doesn't want anything to do with it.
oh my god. Christian and Anna flee the apartment building. And they will run out to a dock where Christian has a yacht. And I had the audacity while watching this movie to go, this motherfucker's got a boat And America called me so fast. She was like, "Of course, he's a billionaire. Why wouldn't he have a boat? That's like the first thing you buy with billionaire money." And I was like, "That's maybe my third thing, but you're right. That's on me." Of course, he has a fucking yacht. So they go on the yacht, and because he's a billionaire, he always has people on all his shit. So like, there's just people who are ready to fucking sail at a moment's notice.
They also
At
have
the yacht.
like both him and Anna have like a closet there.
Well, now an interesting point you have just brought up, because how long ago in time did he meet Anastasia?
A month.
Hmm?
A month of real time. Yeah. Well,
She hasn't moved in.
a month and a half now.
A month and a half of time. She hasn't moved in. And we know he has a type. And you were talking about how nice it would be to be rich and have at every place you go to or have the potential to go to and live or stay your own handpicked closet, right?
Yes.
The reason she has clothes everywhere that Christian takes her is because he has clothes for all his submissives because they're all the same person. So they're all just former submissives' clothes. And really they're not, it's sort of like leased clothing because like he buys it all.
In the books, he does like make points of like buying her like closets of clothes.
Oh, that's cool. They didn't talk about that in the movie.
Mainly because he wants to control what she wears.
Sure, of course, but like they didn't talk about that in the movie at all.
No, not really.
So like to the movie going audience, your message here is not that, oh, he just goes and buys fresh closets of clothes for whatever his
He
new
actually
bitch
has
is.
Taylor, but
I'm sure he has fucking Taylor do it. Or he has Taylor tell someone to do it. Like, he needs Taylor to have a gun. He can't just tell Taylor to go buy all the shit. In fact, the very next time we see him tell Taylor to do something, he basically asks Taylor to go kill a man.
yeah.
And Taylor does not, which is a bad thing. Taylor should have killed a man.
I don't think they can actually legally just kill people, James.
He has more money than God. He can do anything.
In real life, yes, but in fiction life, you don't want your protagonist love interest to just go around murdering people.
I don't know. I feel like that would make a much more compelling narrative.
It turns some people off to be with a murderer. Some people.
Some people.
No kink shame.
All right. Now, they will spend the night in the boat. I think they fuck.
Yes.
They do. And then they... Is this where he draws the map? Or is that later?
Later. This
That's
is where
later.
he
Okay.
actually tells her.
Okay. So on the boat, he will tell Anastasia a deeply scarring story about how his biological mother was a drug addict and a whore, like a real one, like a prostitute. And she overdosed and died. And he was abused by his mother's pimp. He was also alone with his mother's dead body for 3 days before they were found and taken to the hospital, where Grace, his adopted mom, finds him and presumably adopts him over some amount of time. Thus, we'll wrap up our boating incident. And then we are reminded that Anna does, in fact, have a real job. Now,
Anna works.
Anna works more than everyone else in the movie. And we see Christian do at least 2 board meetings and go on a work trip.
She reads.
Her job is reading because Jack couldn't be fucked to do anything. Now, at work, Anna is told by Jack that she needs to go on this trip to New York with him.
This happened a while ago that he told her about the trip.
Did it?
Mm-hmm. It happens before the party.
Did it?
Yes.
I don't know. I'll blend it together.
Jack tells Anna that she has to accompany him, and Christian's like, "You can't go," and she's like, "I can do what I want, and it's my job. It's not about like this." And he's like, "I'll go with you," and she's like, "Okay, I just won't go because you going is a lot." And then, but she apparently never told Jack, so
right. It must have been like a Friday, Monday thing. So now she's back at work, and Jack is like, you're not gonna go with me. And then the day ends, the workday ends, people are leaving the office, and Anna, like an idiot, dillies and then dallies and then goes to talk to Jack because no one, not no one, there are people in the movie who can understand things and know things. She wouldn't know a red flag male if he tried to rape her in his office.
James.
And then that happens. What? She didn't read any of the clear neon flashing Vegas signs.
You just gotta
Like bad guy
phrasing.
here.
Just phrasing.
Going for clicks.
Mm.
So Jack tries to sexually assault her in his office. And she, as awkwardly as possible, hits him in the balls. Golf clap. And flees. Christian is outside because he was picking her up to go to dinner or something. And she comes out, flustered, as one would be. And when Christian goes, "What's wrong? What happened?" She goes, he tried to touch me. And Christian has the, I would argue, completely normal response, which is to very calmly go, "I'll kill him," and tries to enter the building. And she goes, "No, don't."
She doesn't want him to leave her. She's freaked out.
Sure, that's fine. The next thing he should have done is been like, "Taylor, kill that guy." Because Taylor would have gone up there and killed that guy. What actually happens is he goes, "All right, we're leaving." And that's fine. And she goes, "I don't even have any of my stuff. I left all my stuff." And he goes, "Taylor will get it." And Taylor goes, "I'm going to go get mine." It's like that quote from Marshawn Lynch. You don't know who that is. Where he's talking about how he gets hit in football and how he's known for hitting guys really hard. And he goes, "I know I'm going to get got, but I'm going to get mine more." And that's Taylor. Taylor's like, "Ooh, some fun." And he scurries off to acquire the goods.
You know who would be best friends and should probably form a support group?
Who?
Alfred and Taylor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, they're both basically the butler / bodyguard for their billionaire orphans.
True. True.
Like,
But like, Bruce Wayne could hang. I don't know that Christian Grey can hang.
I think Christian could.
Listen, Christian Grey is strong and big. But there's a difference between being strong and big and being Batman. Okay?
No, there's not, because you want to know what? If Christian Grey had used his money to make a bat suit,
if Christian Grey had used his time
and money to make a bat
if Christian
suit,
Grey had used his time to train relentlessly in various styles of fighting and fought ninjas on other continents to train, then he could be Batman.
Batman isn't a superhero. All he has is
$1 billion
money
and his incredible kung fu skills.
He's above average smart and he's got money.
He's frighteningly smart and also has a weapon of a body that is made for harm.
But he's just a man. If Christian Grey, like you said, if Christian Grey went and did all the martial arts, he could be Batman.
Yeah, but he didn't. He instead fucked bitches.
Apples, oranges.
And harmed bitches. He didn't fight ninjas. He spanked bitches.
Listen, I didn't say they were a one-for-one comparison. I said they should form a support group because of their shared traumas.
Yeah, but like Alfred doesn't have to worry about him so much. Well, the new one a little bit. But like old Alfred didn't really have to worry about him so much.
I think he always worried about him.
Sure, but he doesn't have to do the dirty work. Bruce Wayne's not rolling up to get a girl out of a sticky situation and going, Alfred, fuck that guy up.
Well, what do you think Alfred did for the rest of Bruce's life after his parents died?
Well, yeah, he did that for that whole time.
Okay.
Yeah, but now he's old and he doesn't have to because Bruce Wayne's now a missile.
I said a support group. I said they just need to get together so they
Why
can
am I having this argument?
have pure support.
We're talking about fucking. We're talking about the fuck movie. Hold on. Okay, now, okay. Christian will flex his billionaire muscles. And he had already planned to buy the publishing company, presumably to have more control over Anastasia's life.
But according to him, it was he was planning on this like
Sure,
during their little break.
Sure, he lied. Their break was 24 hours, okay?
48.
Whatever. He did not think about buying SIB until he made contact with her again.
He's been thinking about going into publishing, James.
Okay, sure. Okay.
He said so.
Okay. You want to believe him, whatever he says out of his mouth, you can do it. Okay. 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 You can believe him if you want him. I'm not going to believe him. I'm not going to believe him not one bit.
Okay.
Okay.
So, anyways,
Okay.
he flexes.
So he flexes his billionaire muscles, talks to some people, and has Jack fired. Excellent. That is the appropriate billionaire boyfriend response. The real boyfriend response, the real billionaire boyfriend response, is to disappear Jack Hyde from the planet. If I had $1 billion, I can think of one person we both know who would vanish years ago because of an interaction we had with them. I'm not a great guy. That said,
We're not nice people.
Anna is then promoted to acting editor in Jack's place. And she will go on to impress at the board meeting that Jack was supposed to speak at. What do you got?
Well, I was gonna say it is important to note that Anna does this of her own merit. Like,
yeah, no, she totally gets promoted by herself.
She attends the board meeting before she gets the promotion. And they're like, "Why don't you just, since you did the meeting so well, why don't you just be the acting editor until we figure this out?"
Which is all true, but she still thinks Christian did it. Like, they go out together, and immediately after, and she's like, "You didn't have anything to do with that, did you?" And he goes, "No, actually." And she goes, "Oh, yeah." Anyways, then Christian asks her to move in with him. And she goes.
She hems and she haws and.
For like 4.5 minutes. And then she goes, okay.
I just gotta get them stuff.
Do they do, is this pre her wandering into the bondage room and poking around, or post that? Because I don't remember when.
I think it's post that.
Okay. We had another sex scene, whatever.
We're here for the plot.
Believe it or not. Now, god damn, he did all that shit in the book? That's crazy. Sorry, we were reading. Now,
she says that she needs to go get some stuff from her apartment.
She needs to go get some stuff, which is totally reasonable, and he thinks that's fine. So they all go
like the next day.
Yeah, they all go the next day. Anna runs up and in. Christian has a phone call with Roz, who is like his, like the next in line at his company, I assume. Like right underneath him. Probably the one who does all the work for him. And in Anastasia's apartment is Diet Anastasia, Layla. And she threatens her with a gun. And by threatens, I mean she points the gun at her, and then when Anastasia tries to like reason with her, not fully understanding that she's trying to reason with a truly hollow and crazy person. Uh, Layla will fire a round off into the apartment. This is how you know Taylor is on his shit, because Christian and Taylor rock in like 30 seconds later. Uh, Christian uses his secret bondage powers. See, Bruce Wayne doesn't know about that.
His basically his psychological brainwashing.
Yeah. Christian uses his complete and utter iron fist hold on Layla's life to get her to look at him. He takes the gun away from her, pockets it, like billionaires do, and gets her to chill the fuck out. And by that,
He says Neil.
he says Neil, she does. And Anna, like an insane person, loses her shit.
He also tells her to leave.
Yeah, he wants Anastasia to leave so she doesn't have to witness what he is trying to avoid with her, which is he has to use all his fucking trauma bullshit to get Layla out of this situation.
Like he did try, like he fully did try to be the good guy in the situation where he was like, for once, just do as you're told. Like,
That's
for the love of God.
Phrasing, Christian, but like, for the love of all that is good, I don't want you to see what I have done. So please leave. That would have done better, I think.
Plus, he's just trying to get, like, he's actually genuinely trying to, like, de-escalate, get Layla the help she needs, like, get her into a hospital.
Which
but in order to do that, he has to do all this shit, and
he has to jump through all the hoops that he himself set up, and now he's like, God damn it. Oh, I gotta do all this fucking work. So just... Anna freaks the fuck out and wanders the city.
Understandably. Again, like, everyone's reaction in this is understandable, other than Anna just, like, again, not listening when Christian's like, no, seriously, can you just, like...
Go with Taylor, go somewhere else. And she leaves with Taylor, but then Taylor tries to get her in the car, and she goes, fuck off, Taylor, and stomps off into Seattle. And Taylor,
without her phone, without her wallet.
And Taylor does not even effort to follow her. If I were Taylor, I would have just straight up followed her on foot. Like,
at a distance.
At a distance, let her go stomp off. Your boss is going to do what he's going to do. You just make sure she's all right. That's the boss's girl. You make sure she's all right. Okay? That's all you got to do. He does not do that.
Or we know that Christian has other people on staff for security. Like, just call one of them.
Now, here's the fucking thing, okay? Christian has not been like this exceptionally open book about the processes and what he's done with other submissives in the past. He's very lock and key about all that shit, right? But he's opened up to Anastasia enough. And his demands from the beginning of their relationship, not a month ago, were pretty fucking clear in explaining what he expected out of a submissive when he thought she was just going to be like another Layla, right? So her reaction to the control he exerts over Layla to get the situation de-escalated, you find justified. I find deeply out of whack.
There's a difference.
But only because I think she's a vacuous human being.
There's a difference between, like, knowing something and then seeing something. Like, you can know that this is what it happens. Like, you read the paperwork, like, you have the knowledge. That's a whole different ballgame from, like, seeing it and viscerally experiencing it, which happens to her twice. It happens when she's like, show me the worst it can be, which I've seen all the things he has in the room. That was not the worst it could be.
Certainly not the worst.
Second of all, or the second time is right here where she's like, it just becomes a little bit too real for her. Like, she sees her kneel in the way that she was told to kneel. She sees like her boyfriend at the time stroking this other girl's head. Like it's one of
That was a bit unnecessary. He didn't need to do all that.
it's one of those moments where it's just like it breaks you a little bit because it's like too real.
I think what really irks me about it is like Anastasia constantly lives in this fantasy land where everyone is just like her to her, right? She doesn't have a concept that there are people who are different and like different things and do different things than her. And the tiptoeing into the BDSM world for her is, I guess, in this scene there's two options, right? There's two paths. One is she just has a nonsense overreaction because she should know all of this is a thing that happened and can happen and is maybe inappropriate to be doing some of it, but it has de-escalated a situation where one person or more could have died. So it is not out of place to have occurred. So her overreaction is not valid. But the other path is she lives in this fantasy world where Christian has specifically and explicitly only been full of bravado about all the stuff he's done and all the people he's engaged with and so on and so forth. The reaction of seeing it and experiencing it and having it suddenly become real can only be valid if you didn't really actually believe it could be like that the whole time. And now a month is not a long time to have experienced this enormous wash of events. But at the same time, he's not exactly been like when he has shared, it has been explicit. And you know the darker, fucked up parts about him to an extent already. So, like, this is not an out of place event given the heightened circumstances.
It's like seeing or reading about somebody getting stabbed and then being in the room while somebody is stabbed. It does different things to your brain. Like even seeing a movie and seeing someone get stabbed in a movie and then being in a room where someone is actually stabbed, two whole different things. Your brain knows the difference between like I'm reading this, I'm not in immediate danger versus being in the room while said thing is happening. And I think this might honestly be like a little bit of gender perspective just from being in a like female mindset of that sort of thing happening. It's a lot different to read about trauma versus experience the trauma.
That's true, but she also has this like she it's sort of a I guess you're right. She does have this constant trend where like considering she's never been traumatized a day in her life,
Yes.
experience like when Christian is real irksome and frustrated about her wanting to like touch his chest and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And like he won't let her do it. A person who has perspective, a woman, a man, whatever, a person who has perspective would hear that demand and go, okay, there's something there. We can talk about it another time, but like, okay, we'll deal with that. Anastasia has no perspective. She is a void character. No history, no defining traits. So to you know what? You're on it, but you're validating my point. Her lack of character depth makes an overreaction to the situation totally makes sense. You've changed my mind on it. She's not a fucking person. So when she sees a series of deeply traumatic things happen in their natural environment, like Layla submitting, him stepping into the role really quickly and easily, and she sees this, she's never experienced trauma ever until like this week. And it's trauma of being assaulted. So, like, that's a different thing. It does not give you the perspective for understanding what the fuck this is. So, you're right. You're absolutely right. When she sees it, that's good. That's like, finally, for the first time in her life, she's like, oh, fucking red flags all over the goddamn walls and everything.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ. It's like the first time she's ever seen one. Oh my God, they did give her character development, but it started when she was like 28. Crazy. You flipped it on me. Good job. Well done.
Not as much as I would like, but I'll take the win.
Like a diet win for you. Now
This is where we get through. Well, after
he'll do the roadmap when he
after
becomes a switch.
Yeah.
So she, at this point, has already accepted moving in and has a key to the apartment. So after meandering around Seattle for a little while in the rain, all moody like, very Bella Swan. Okay? Very Bella Swan.
Well, this is the second one, and this is when Bella, like,
wanders around the woods in Forks, moody.
Yes.
Very Bella Swan. She goes home to Christian's apartment, and he's like lost. He's lost his mind because he had to do all that shit. He didn't want to have to do it, and Anna left, and she didn't stay with Taylor, and Taylor didn't stay with her, and he's pissed off at everybody, and he's had to go through his own fucking hoops that he set up, and that's annoying already, and he loses his mind a little bit when she comes home. He's like, where the fuck have you been? And she's like, could you just fucking relax? And he goes, and she goes, I'm gonna fucking leave. And he goes, nope. And he fucking like wipes the whole dominant facade off the whole everything. He adopts the same posture Layla had, on his knees, palms up, head down. And she's like, what the fuck are you doing? Get up. And he's like, mm-mm, mm-mm. And he like straight back to when he was a child. And he's like, the only thing I know how to do to get consistency in my life is submit to dominant authority. And so he does. This is because he was abused as a child. And so he's like, revert back to base instincts.
Factory setting.
Literally. He hits every button on the console and none of them work. He's like, factory reset. Flip the switch. And so she's like, what the fuck is this? And he goes, I'm not a dom, I'm a sadist, which is almost correct. And then he's like, I can only get off if I hurt the women. And she goes, who look like your mom? Oh. So there's that. And then he's like, I want to be different. I want to be a real boy. And she goes, okay. And then he goes, marry me. And she goes,
Not yet.
I'll think about it.
They do the roadmap, and then
Oh, yeah. Okay. An important thing happens. She goes, how can I even fucking be with you if I can't even touch you? And he goes, bing, an idea. And so he takes his shirt off, and we all go, Christian. and, and he takes a fucking brand new tube of lipstick. And he makes her draw the roadmap for some reason. But he like guides her hand. And basically, he just draws her a border on where she can touch him. And it starts like at the edge of his collarbones and runs down his chest on the sides and curves in right around where his sternum is. And you know that it's about his trauma because he's got pockmarks from cigarettes being put out on his skin as a child, all on his chest. And he just draws a big old border around all those pockmarks.
So these are my limits. And she
says, okay.
She said, I can work with that. I think it's her exact line.
They're communicating. They're functioning. They're doing it.
And then after some
And then after some kinky romping,
he
he goes,
proposes
"Marry me,"
in the
in the
middle of
middle
the
of the
night.
night. Oh yeah, he has a fucking nightmare. And she goes, "Christian, it's okay. It's okay. I'm right here." And he goes, "Okay, great. Marry me." And she goes, "What the fuck? I need to think about it." And he goes, "Okay." And he falls back asleep. And then they do the gym in the morning. And she goes, "Did you have weird dreams?" And he was like, "No, there was that blip where I asked you to marry me, but I didn't really have weird dreams." And she goes, "You ass." And he goes, "Your ass." And they go, um, and then Christian has to go on a business trip. And from here, the tone will shift for like 15 minutes. So Christian could go on a business trip. He could go up to Portland. I don't know if you know this. Portland is close to Seattle. So you don't fly in a plane. That'd be dumb and bad for the environment. Taylor Swift.
A not good Taylor.
So he takes his helicopter. Not much better, but slightly. And so they're flying the helicopter. He flies it himself because fucking, of course. And they're over the mountains. And then the helicopter says, "I think I'm tired of being in the air, gang. I think I'd like to go lay down."
It was sabotaged.
We don't know that. I know that because you read the books and you told me that. The audience of the movie knows that we were fucking, and then we're in a helicopter, and out of nowhere and with no explanation, the helicopter has a small engine explosion and he glides it, unlike how helicopters work, to a slight small crash in the forest.
Yes.
So to the audience, helicopter boom. Okay? Christian Grey explode. He dead in the woods. So is Roz. Oh no. Very bad. And Anna goes to hang out with Jose. What the fuck is wrong with you?
To be fair, James is not upset because like Christian got in a helicopter crash and then Anna went to go hang out with Jose.
Anna was hanging out with Jose because Christian was gone.
She,
And then the crash.
she was actually meeting up with Kate, who just got back from Barbados with Christian's brother.
Right, because Kate, her ex roommate, current roommate, pseudo roommate, best friend, is dating the other Gray.
And Jose and Kate and Anna were all friends before.
For reasons that will not be explained, other than they went to college. So, dude, she's like 22.
Anna?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Christian's not that much older than her.
Christian is 27.
Yeah, that's like 5 years.
Yeah. It just like,
It hit you that she's 22? That she's a baby?
she is a moron because she's done nothing.
She's just a baby.
She's experienced nothing.
Yeah.
And therefore is bad.
Yes.
But the movie will treat her like she's 30.
Young 20s are rough.
Yeah. So
think about the relationship I was in at her age. And the rest of the movie makes a lot more sense.
You're dating me.
At 22?
Yes.
Okay, so the
Wait a minute.
No.
Hold on.
No, like the one before you.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. You were dating me. To be clear.
Yes, at 22 I was dating you, but I was talking about like the first early 20s relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was a hand grenade you pulled the pin on and just like let fall and looked at it. It's okay. We all do it. I just did it earlier. So in life. So helicopter crash, gang out at the bar. Stop hanging out with Jose. Okay? Just stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, she really has no reason to keep
you have
hanging out with Jose.
He has done nothing but creep you out for 2 movies.
Remember when he tried to like get with her when she was drunk?
Yeah, he tried to fuck her while she was drunk. She just keeps attracting dangerous, problematic males. Constantly.
She shouldn't have talked to him after that.
Yeah.
And then there's the creepy art show.
Yeah.
This movie's so desperate. This movie and story, the book too, are so desperate to shoehorn a Jacob-esque character into this that they like. That's the only plotline that doesn't really make sense.
Listen, we watched all the Twilight movies at your insistence before we ever had this show, okay? I've seen them all. I had to, or you wouldn't marry me. I don't remember a single moment where Jacob gets Bella drunk and goes, I'm gonna fuck that bitch.
No, because they're all underage in Twilight. Twilight's a teen story.
You know what Jacob does? He says bad lines like, where you been, Loca? And then takes his shirt off.
He also whines a lot. In the book, Jacob whines a lot.
And then he falls in love with her daughter 4.5 seconds after meeting her.
It's not falling in love yet. He imprints. We're not talking about it again. It's not love. It's not.
It's a precursor.
It can be.
Gonna be.
It all depends on the
Gonna
girl.
Gonna be.
Or person. It all depends on the person.
Whatever that
on.
horrid amalgamation vampire baby grew up in like 4 seconds.
Okay.
Renesmee, that's her fucking name. All right, so Christian Grey. No.
You become whatever the person wants you to be for them.
Yeah, she's gonna reach like 22 in 4.5 days. And then she could be like, you know what? Taylor Lautner's kind of hot.
He doesn't age either. It's fine.
Is he gonna be 16 and yoked forever?
Yeah, basically, as long as werewolves keep transitioning in the Twilight universe, they don't age.
Okay.
Or rather, they're aged, like, they age down.
It's been a long time since I had to suffer through that shit.
Anyways,
so the Anna and Jose and
Kate and the
brother are all out at the bar, and the brother takes a phone call and comes back and he goes, holy shit, we have to go. Christian's helicopter disappeared in the woods. And so they all go back to Christian's house.
Including Jose,
inexplicably. Like, Kate and Jose could easily have just excused themselves to, like, go anywhere else.
Kate at least makes sense. Like, it's Anna's best friend, and you're dating the brother.
Yeah, but, like,
why
is Jose here?
Someone that Christian genuinely hates.
Someone that Christian does not want in his house goes. And so the parents are there, the sister's there, brother's girlfriend, they're all there, they're watching the news. And as the reporting, the helicopter went down, he's been missing, and then the news reporter goes, we've just got this in, they found the wreckage. And then Christian Grey walks in the door.
Well, no, they say that they found the wreckage, and Christian and Roz are both
they're on their way back to Seattle. Yep. And then he walks through the door. It's crazy. And so he gets home, and then they kick everybody out of their house. And then Anna goes, now, okay, Anna accepts his marriage proposal in a weird way, because Christian's birthday's coming up, and he hates that because he's traumatized. And so Anastasia, several days prior, had bought him a keychain from a street vendor and written the word yes on it, and then put it in a gift box, and then gave it to him that day and was like, you can't open it until your birthday. And so then it's his birthday because it's after midnight. And she goes, do you still have my birthday present to you?
That survived the entire wreckage.
That survived the plane crash and trek through the woods. And he does, and he goes and he gets it and he opens it and he goes, a keychain. And she goes, turn it over. And he turns it over and he goes, yes? Like, yes, yes? Or like, what? And she goes, yes. And he goes, oh, and he does a little happy dance. And so they're going to get married. They have known each other as human beings for a month.
Yes. And a half. A month and a half.
That's not long enough, guys. Gang.
Hey, when you know, you know. I knew. I knew after I met you. I was like, well,
fucked. Touche.
And it's been 11 years.
You're always right. Now, uh, Christian's family throws him a birthday party, and they invite Elena.
Well,
Ugh.
the mom invites Elena because Elena's been a family friend forever. No one but Christian, Anna, and Elena
Know what Elena did.
yeah.
So, birthday party. Hooray.
They
We
announced
announced the engagement. Hooray. Everybody excited.
Yay!
Except for one bitch, Elena. Elena accuses Anna of being a gold digger, which is so funny. That's so funny. Christian is obsessed with her. Christian stalked her. Christian is trying to control every aspect of her life. She keeps trying to get him to not give her any money. She keeps insisting she has a job. She's the fucking opposite of a gold digger. She's on the other side of the fucking planet from gold digger. And Elena's like, but he's not mine, so. What a wretched character.
I apologize for all the sounds you've had to listen to my husband make for this entire episode.
I will not apologize. So, Christian, Anna tells her to fuck off. Christian hears this and rocks up and very derisively and dismissively tells Elena
Out
that
loud.
out loud at his party that she taught him how to fuck and Anna taught him how to love. And Grace, his adopted mom, happens to be in the vicinity and puts two and two together faster than any other person in the movie can. She's one of the only characters who has brain cells and immediately puts together that her longtime friend groomed and abused her adopted son before he was an adult of age and smacks the shit out of her and demands she leave the house. And Christian cuts ties with her as well, I guess. And then Christian proposes to Anna with a real ring in like this pool house full of flowers. And then fireworks go off because they had mentioned earlier in the movie. Not it didn't matter earlier, but it matters now that Christian's family always puts on a fireworks extravaganza for his birthday. Hooray! And so the family gathers and they're all just sort of watching the fireworks. And then we cut to the fucking darkness on a cliffside where a man stands with impeccable hair
And a cut on his forehead.
and stares at the fireworks going on across the bay. And the fireworks illuminate Jack Hyde's wretched face. Eric Johnson's an attractive man. And he's just grimacing and staring and probably grinding his teeth a little bit. And he takes a lit cigarette from nowhere and takes a picture that he printed from the picture he took of the picture in the Gray's house of the Grays and takes a cigarette behind it and burns Christian's face from the back of the photograph with the lit cigarette. And then the movie ends.
Yep.
That shit sucked ass.
I just really love the amount of work that like Jack put in to like not only go to the Gray's house twice, but to take a picture, print a picture, bring that picture with you, and then burn it. Like that's just so
He's
extra.
so extra. Dude. Okay. Here's the real shit about this movie, okay? you have a bunch of characters who could not be fucked to have character growth or arcs or depth or anything. And then you flip your script and you get Christian Grey to have growth and depth. But you keep Anastasia Steele fucking useless for most of the movie. So what do we think is going to happen in the next one? Because I'm going to have to suffer through that eventually. Probably less sex scenes. Tragically. Probably more violence, tragically. And probably the same amount of wet cardboard characters. Ugh. Ugh. Dude, it just. This movie was a dramatic step up in the way of production, but they forgot to take a dramatic step up in the way of writing. Now, you are handcuffed.
I was like, they have source material. They have to.
You are handcuffed to the fan fiction that the movie is about. Bearing in mind, this is fan fiction of an insane vampire story that only came about because of one woman's obsession with My Chemical Romance, which only came about because of 9/11. So if you want to blame anyone about 50 Shades existing, blame it on 9/11. That's good.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything to follow that. Also, you took my favorite spiel. My favorite spiel about how 9/11 led to the end of Ellen DeGeneres' career.
Okay. We'll give the whole thing from that point on because I ran it backwards and the streaming audience is confused.
So 9/11 happens, which causes the band My Chemical Romance to form, which causes Stephenie Meyer to become obsessed with them and write Twilight, which causes E.L. James to write the fan fiction based on Twilight, which then causes the books of 50 Shades of Grey to exist. Change a few names, move a few details around, different story. The books exist, therefore the movies exist. The movies exist, therefore Dakota Johnson is Anastasia Steele. She gets to go on the Ellen show and just absolutely demolishes Ellen's career in one
she torched Ellen
interview.
Dude.
So, 9/11 causes Ellen DeGeneres' career to end. Go watch the clip. Dakota Johnson, fucking brilliant. Chef's kiss, no notes. Like, after all the shit that Ellen had pulled, Dakota Johnson was the first one to go on there and go, no, I don't think I will. So, yeah. That's my spiel about 50 Shades of Grey. Yes, there is a whole TikTok. And then, if you want to go even, like, more deep, there's a whole Pixar side of it, too. Which is even crazier. Alright, for those of you watching live, thanks for tuning in. Go watch the tier list episode if you haven't already. Like, comment, subscribe, all that yucky YouTube jazz that I have to say because it actually genuinely helps. Share this podcast with a friend. The correct friend. Pick a good episode. There are some episodes like this one that you probably shouldn't start off with. Yeah. That's really it. We're gonna be doing the next few episodes will be Hazbin Hotel Season 2, Fallout Season 2, and then on the Fallout episode we will have some movies to vote on. Things that are coming up that are probably going to be made into episodes. Wicked for Good is coming out.
Ugh.
We have Cars 3, which we need to watch. There's a lot of good movies coming out. So yeah. Have a great night. We don't have any games that we're playing right now. We just did Poppy, and I'm still upset. So, uh, yeah. Have a good night. Make good choices.
Or don't. I'm not your dad.